Oh, shit.
Come on.
Oh, my God. No, drop me now.
My dad was son, congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
I'm talking like let's say I DM a girl, or I get a girl number, or, you know what I'm saying, a girl at the studio, just know my baby mama don't.
T.I. is definitely not sleeping easy these days because the streets are buzzing again. His son, King Harris, has sparked a whole new storm, and this one's wilder than the last. The latest word, King might have gotten another woman pregnant, and this time, she's expecting twins. Yes, twins. If one baby already had the Harris clan stumbling, two more on the way with a different woman is pure chaos waiting to explode. Let's not forget how the first baby bombshell dropped. Nobody saw it coming. King wasn't flashing a steady girlfriend on Instagram, wasn't talking about starting a family, and gave zero signs that fatherhood was even on his radar. Then, bam, out of nowhere, Big Nana, the girl he was loosely tied to, showed up pregnant. Before the dust even settled, King was suddenly a dad, and T.I. himself looked stunned, like he found out at the exact same time as the fans.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here, I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come on, we out here. I'm outside. Okay. I'm outside. Come on, shake some. Come on, shake some. Hey, get your employees. Yeah, fucking something in this. Tell your mama happy mother. And you still talking inside though. Why you inside? Can't stop me from doing Let me get my food. Thank you. Just talking like they like that, they ain't like that.
That jaw-dropping moment set the tone for everything that came after. If one slip-up caught T.I. off guard, just imagine how he's reacting to whispers about two more babies on the way with a completely different woman. The thought alone is enough to shake up the Harris household. What really fuels these twin rumors is the pattern people have pieced together online. It's not just about surprise pregnancies, it's the endless fights, explosive live stream meltdowns, wild arrests, and those reckless public stunts that make King look more like a young man spiraling out of control than someone planning a family. And then there's the Big Nana situation.
This a message for all y'all who don't got y'all kid. My boy having kid every day. You feel me? Go get your damn children. Stop taking the children to your mama house. Your mama can't watch it. The boy got his children.
Their bond has always looked more like co-parenting than real romance. Fans see that and think, if King's already struggling with one baby, how's he gonna juggle 3 under the age of 2? That's why these twin whispers don't sound far-fetched at all. But to really see why people are buying this story, we gotta rewind and look back at how King's first child flipped his world upside down. The whole timeline made zero sense to anybody. King wasn't showing off a girlfriend, wasn't locked into any committed relationship, and yet, almost overnight, Big Nana popped up with a baby bump. Just like that. King was suddenly a dad. No build-up, no warning. There weren't any cute gender reveals, no professional photo shoots, no soft rollout for the fans. It was a straight-up bombshell dropped on social media, and the Harris family had to scramble to deal with it. The rumors came fast. Gossip blogs and fan pages lit up with whispers. The most popular theory? King had been casually hooking up with Big Nana, and things went way further than he expected. Some even claimed it was the classic caught slipping moment, where a fling flips into a lifelong bond overnight. None of it has ever been officially confirmed, but the speed at which everything unfolded made those theories sound all too real. And honestly, just look back at how fast it all shifted. One week, King was wilding on Instagram Live, cussing and arguing with people twice his age, acting reckless for views. The very next week, he was suddenly talking diapers, bottles, and late-night feedings. Fans had whiplash, and T.I. looked just as stunned as everyone else, like he was still trying to wrap his head around it all in real time. Even when T.I. later spoke about the situation, you could feel it wasn't some carefully thought-out family plan. It was more like King blindsided them, ripping off the Band-Aid and forcing everyone to accept the news. That frustration showed, and now with whispers of twins floating around, fans are convinced history is about to repeat itself all over again. Because let's be real, King and Big Nana never came across like a couple madly in love. From day one, the chemistry looked off. Every time they popped up together, people noticed the lack of warmth, the stiff body language, the awkward silences. Instead of lovebirds, they gave off the vibe of two young people, stuck in a situation they had no choice but to manage. Fans in the comments said it plain. King and Big Nana looked more like business partners hashing out a deal than two people excited to build a future together. Even their baby shower had folks scratching their heads. Instead of sweet family vibes or warm, emotional moments, King's energy was off. At one point, he jumped on camera and gave a speech that sounded less like celebration and more like a lecture. He told the crowd, "It's a message for all y'all who don't got y'all kid. My boy having kid every day, you feel? Go get your damn children. Stop taking the children to your mama house. Your mama can't watch it. Your boy got his children every day." On the surface, it sounded admirable. He was presenting himself as a hands-on father, someone breaking the stereotype of absent dads. But fans couldn't shake the feeling that it was forced. Instead of glowing with pride, King looked defensive, like he was already trying to prove himself before anyone had even accused him of slacking. And that only fueled suspicions. Was this really about love and planning, or was he just trying to manage a mess he stumbled into? The chatter got even louder once rumors about Big Nana's age started swirling. Early on, people claimed she was older and had set him up deliberately. Later, the truth surfaced. They were actually close in age. That should have killed the narrative, but it didn't. Once the internet paints you as the older woman who trapped him, that stigma sticks, true or not. And because King never really went out of his way to show her off, to publicly build up their bond, those whispers just refused to die down. What made it worse is the way King himself has spoken about their whole arrangement in multiple live streams. Instead of sounding like a young man in love, he often sounded like someone trying to negotiate terms. The vibe wasn't romance, it was damage control, and fans caught on quick. King straight up admitted that Big Nana doesn't even care if he's out here entertaining other women. He almost bragged about it, painting her as the most laid-back baby mama in the world. In his own words, she doesn't get jealous, doesn't start drama, doesn't trip if he grabs another girl's number at the studio. He framed it like a badge of honor, claiming he had no baby mama problems. In one live stream, he spelled it out clearly. If he DMs a girl, swaps numbers, or meets someone new, Big Nana doesn't make it an issue. She doesn't block him, doesn't argue, she just lets him move however he wants as long as it doesn't explode into public mess. To King, that was proof he was a good dad because there was no fighting. But to fans, it was proof of something else entirely. The foundation of their relationship wasn't solid at all. So when whispers about twins with another woman started floating around, nobody gasped. Fans practically shrugged and said, well, he already told on himself. If you're openly admitting your partner doesn't care when you're chasing other girls, then another pregnancy doesn't sound far-fetched at all. The rumor fits too perfectly into the chaotic script King has been writing for himself. And then there's T.I.'s perspective in all of this. Let's not forget, this is a rap legend, a father known for being strict, protective, and heavily involved in his kids' lives. Watching his son drag the Harris name into messy headlines again and again has to sting. The first pregnancy already had T.I. frustrated in public. Now the idea of twins with someone else paints a whole new picture, one of a young man spiraling deeper out of control. T.I. has always been loud about discipline and keeping the family image tight. But King keeps flipping that image upside down. Whether it's fighting at Waffle House, streaming wild rants, or even arguing with his parents live online, every move feels like another chaotic headline waiting to happen. King has a habit of dragging private family business into the spotlight, and that's exactly why people believe T.I. might have exploded on him after hearing these twin rumors. It wouldn't be the first time a father-son clash went public, and fans are convinced another blow-up is already brewing behind the scenes. At the core, the story is simple. King Harris is still young, still reckless, and still trying to figure himself out. But now he's got one child already here, and the possibility of twins looming makes the stakes sky high. Fans are skeptical. T.I. is reportedly furious, and once again, the internet can't look away from the Harris family chaos. True or not, the whispers about twins expose cracks that have been there from the start. cracks that widen with every live stream meltdown, every wild confession, and every rumor King feeds into. And let's be real, history tells us this won't be the last scandal tied to his name. The real question is, will T.I. keep fuming from the sidelines or step in hard and force his son to face reality once and for all? Because if you really listen to King describe his bond with Big Nana, it doesn't sound like love. It sounds like a straight-up arrangement. He provides what he can, she holds it down with the baby, and meanwhile, he still runs free. To him, it's normal, casual. But to everyone watching, it looks messy, like two young people trying to play house when they're actually living separate lives. The problem is King doesn't even try to sugarcoat it. He's been open online, practically bragging about how he can move without consequence. He frames it like a badge of honor, as if he's rewriting the rules, living in some modern setup where his partner doesn't question him, doesn't stop him, doesn't even care. At one point during a live stream, his words made it sound like freedom, but to fans, it sounded like pure dysfunction. King even went as far as comparing himself to other men who sneak around in the shadows, claiming he was different because his girls simply didn't trip. He said it like it was the most normal thing in the world, as if having the freedom to cheat was proof his situation worked. For King, it wasn't embarrassing, it was bragging rights. But here's the twist. T.I. knows all of this too. Just picture it. A father scrolling through his son's live streams and hearing him proudly tell thousands of people that his baby mama lets him move however he wants. For T.I., who's already survived his own share of public scandals, it has to feel like painful deja vu. He knows better than anyone how fast a reputation can collapse when it gets dragged into messy drama. So when whispers started flying that King might have another girl pregnant, and not just one baby but possibly twins, the first image fans had in their minds was T.I. blowing up behind closed doors. If the first baby announcement blindsided him, the idea of twins with another woman must have felt like a full-blown disaster waiting to hit the headlines. And honestly, nobody's shocked when they really look at King's track record. Chaos has trailed him for years, even before fatherhood. As a teen, he was already landing in headlines for all the wrong reasons. Case in point, the infamous Waffle House incident. That night, King went viral, and not in a good way. It started as a late-night food stop but spiraled into a spectacle. He wasn't just arguing with employees. He was screaming, threatening, trying to look tough for the crowd. Cell phones caught him outside in the parking lot, pacing and shouting challenges like he was on stage at a street battle. Come here, I'll show you what I do. We out here, I'm outside. Shake something, come out and shake something. His voice echoed across the shaky footage and the internet couldn't look away. The clip spread everywhere. People shared it, mocked it, dragged him endlessly. More than anything, it cemented King's image as reckless and out of control. Even T.I. had to step in afterward, hopping on Instagram to admit he couldn't understand why his son felt the need to carry on like that. And that's what made it hit harder. This wasn't just some random kid mouthing off. This was the son of a rap legend, raised in luxury, but acting like he had something to prove in a Waffle House parking lot. And sadly, that wouldn't be the last time. King found himself in serious hot water again. Not long after, he was back in headlines for all the wrong reasons. Cops pulled him over after he nearly crashed into a patrol car while pulling out of a gas station. That alone was reckless, but it got worse. When they searched him, officers found a gun strapped to his hip. And to top it off, he already had an open warrant for skipping a court date tied to a DUI and driving with a suspended license. It was a total mess from top to bottom. King in cuffs, shoved into the back of a police car with cameras rolling the whole time. As the clip spread online, one moment stood out. King trying to stay cool, telling officers, "I'm going to be at the church," while they double-checked his info. But the damage was done. That video became another reminder that King wasn't moving with discipline or caution. He was stacking mistake after mistake, making it impossible for anyone to defend him. Moments like these painted the picture early on. King Harris wasn't quietly figuring life out like most young men. He was loud, impulsive, reckless, and the internet couldn't get enough of it. Fans laughed, dragged him, and replayed every clip. To them, his downfall was entertainment. So when you add fatherhood into the mix, no one believed King would magically mature overnight. He already had a track record of acting before thinking, so these twin rumors didn't shock fans. They saw it as the natural consequence of a boy moving carelessly for years. But for T.I., this feels like the breaking point. Think about it. The first baby already knocked him off balance. 1 minute, King was just another messy reality TV offspring, constantly dragged online for fights and arrests. The next minute, T.I. had to put on a smile and step into the role of grandfather, playing along for the cameras, pretending everything was under control. In public, T.I. played the supportive father, but behind the scenes, you could tell he wasn't thrilled about how fast it all hit. He even admitted it on a podcast when King first became a dad. T.I. tried to laugh it off, joking, "King's about to have a son," but you could hear it in his tone. This wasn't the proud moment of a dad celebrating his boy's next chapter. It was the sound of a father bracing himself for the storm ahead. "Congrats! Yeah, and I told him, I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all time. I'll raise this child to torture you the way you tortured me." T.I. said it with a laugh when King's first baby was announced, but the sting underneath was obvious. That was T.I. trying to mask his disappointment with humor, hiding the frustration that his son had thrown the family into chaos. Now fast forward, new woman, rumors of twins, and King acting like it's nothing. That's the kind of situation that could push any parent over the edge, but especially T.I., who has always guarded his family's image like a hawk. Sources online even claim T.I. did snap on King, allegedly reminding him he could barely manage his first child and had no business dragging more drama onto the Harris name. And the fans, they didn't hold back either. Once the twin story hit blogs, the internet lit up with commentary, and most of it wasn't sympathetic at all. One user summed it up cold. T.I. and Tiny created that monster. They thought his little smart mouth was cute. Now he's big and out of order. Spare the rod. That comment struck a nerve because it echoed what many viewers of the Harris family reality shows had been saying for years. That the same sass and attitude people once laughed at has now blown back into full-on disrespect. Fans even started digging up old clips of King as a kid on reality TV, already loud, already defiant, arguing with his parents. In one throwback, he pushed hard for homeschooling, saying it would let him work on music whenever he wanted. T.I. and Tiny tried to shut it down, but young King stood his ground. Looking back now, fans say those clips show exactly how the seeds of rebellion were planted early. His defiance brushed off as cute instead of being checked. Now those same habits are fueling scandals that won't stop. And one fan's comment twisted the knife even deeper. So T.I. was always policing his daughter at the gynecologist while the son was the one acting wild. That hit hard because it reminded everyone of T.Y.'s old controversy about monitoring his daughter's body and the brutal irony of King spiraling unchecked while his sisters faced strict control. The internet hasn't forgotten, and they're connecting the dots louder than ever. Fast forward to today, and it's King who's running wild, tangled with multiple women and possibly multiple babies. To fans, it feels like straight-up karma. T.I. once obsessed over controlling his daughter's choices, only to have his son embarrass him in ways he never saw coming. Old clips of T.I. resurfaced instantly, like the infamous interview where he admitted, "Not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height." In another sit-down, he doubled down, saying he had no issue taking the heat for it, until backlash forced him to stop. That painted him as overbearing with his daughter, but now the irony is crystal clear. He undermanaged his son, who's spiraling unchecked into scandal after scandal. And as soon as the word twins entered the chat, the internet shifted to child support talk. One fan warned coldly, "Child support is evil. King better stand on a lot of business, cause the judge gonna stand on his." People were quick to remind him, being a celebrity son won't save him from the system. 2 kids with 2 different women could get expensive fast, and fans aren't shy about pointing it out. That's why the fallout from these rumors hits heavier than simple gossip. It's not just about whether King got another girl pregnant. It's about what it says about the Harris family as a whole. T.I. and Tiny are catching strays left and right, with old scandals being dragged back into the spotlight. Fans are out here calculating how much drama and child support could stack up before King even turns 22. And through it all, the blame isn't just landing on King, it's circling right back to T.Y. and Tiny. To the internet, every new headline feels like proof that the parenting style once turned into entertainment TV has completely backfired. At this point, whether the twin story is fact or fiction almost doesn't matter. King has already dragged his family back into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. He's not just creating chaos for himself, he's pulling the Harris legacy down with him. And that's where things stand. A young man moving reckless, a father watching history repeat itself, and a family image on the edge of falling apart at any moment. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest tea. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.